Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Now, I know in the Northern Hemisphere you're moving into sort of the spring, summer sort of energy. When we're moving more into the fall, winter energy. So I really want to sort of talk about the decks that I'm sort of moving into. And I know I've just written on the front they're moving into winter, but it's also about autumn as well. But it's also for me, as you guys are moving into Beltane at the end of April, May, beginning of May, we are moving into Samhain. So that sort of energy is what I'm sort of focusing on for sort of personal New Zealand, Australia sort of type energy, you know, the Southern Hemisphere type energy. So let me sort of show you what decks I sort of thought about as I move into that energy. Now, one of the ones that sort of really came to mind for me was the Raincoast Tarot. For me, and I think it's just because of that sort of darker, sort of, but yet light energy. It's that sort of moving through from the light into the darkness sort of energy. I really felt that this deck was going to do that for me. Now, for the Raincoast Tarot, I really want to look at the Raincoast Oracle deck as pairing it. Okay, so I'm actually going to go through and sort of show you what decks I may actually use together. So this for me is really sort of that energy for me, is the Raincoast Tarot with the Raincoast Oracle deck. So I think that's a really great combination in regards to this time of the year for me. So let's put those two away for now. So that's, to me, is combination number one. Next is quite a, let's save that one till last. Let's do, next is the Magical Nordic Tarot. Okay, for me, it's a real wintry sort of type scenery. To me, it gives me that really sort of wintry feel. That's the sort of deck that I'm sort of looking at there, is the Magical Nordic, and that's by Jane Wallace. And the Norse divination cards, the Yggdrasil, the Bifrost, is the other deck to work with. Just to sort of show you. Gives me a very wintry sort of feel to it overall. So those are the two decks that I want to work with together. I really want to sort of explore a bit more over the winter months. So I think they make a really great pairing as well. Okay, so that's definite. That's a great combination there. So that's combination number two. Okay, so that goes there. So then I've got sort of, I sort of like I want to explore the Primordial Tarot again a little bit more. Gives me that sort of raw, I don't know, it gives me another, this one I think covers a lot of seasons, but I feel like I just want to explore this a little bit more over the winter months. Okay, so that to me is another deck I really want to explore over the winter months. And I know I keep bringing out the Primordial Tarot. It's just so different and so unique. It really sort of takes a little bit of work to get through the imagery and sort of really sort of start to explore those things. Right, the next one, of course, is the sort of the witchy type decks. Now, the tarot deck is the Silver Witchcraft. It's only sort of the witch tarot that I have, the Silver Witchcraft tarot deck. Okay, so I think there's several oracle decks that I can work with this deck. Number one would be the Compendium of Witches Oracle. Again, you've got the witches and then you've got the voices. So you've got the witch there, and then you've got the voices. So I think it gives that really nice vibe with it. Okay, so that's Oracle deck number one with the Silver Witchcraft. I think this is going to be something that I'm going to have to really sort of explore further to really sort of work out. I mean, they just give such different energies. Like there's that one there, and then you have from Hand Me That Pencil, you've got the Ritual deck. And you've got the Ritual deck. And you've also got Learning to Witch as well. Which gives it that really, so it just gives, you can feel the difference between the different oracle decks, which is really interesting. Okay, now the last oracle deck, of course, is actually focusing on Samhain, which again just gives it that different, you can feel that each of these decks really give a different feel to the season. Just feels different, whether it's sort of maybe a little bit more lighter, maybe a little bit more ritualistic, a celebration in some way. This is more about the shadow sort of side of, I think this is more like a shadow, deeper side. It just sort of gives a different feel to the journey and what's required in the reading. So it's really interesting to see that how the different decks connect in different ways and how they'll work for the month or for the next 3-4 months. You know, moving through to September really. So you're looking through from now to September. So it is a number of months. It is like 4 or 5 months. 4 months, 5 months. Because you've got the autumn moving into the winter months. So anyway, that's it from me. Just a really quick look at the decks that I'm going to be working. I want to try and focus a little bit more on over the next few months. Now I know you guys are moving into spring, and if you're wanting a reading from me, you may want to focus more on sort of that sort of energy. But if anyone's interested in me doing a reading with any of these decks, please let me know. So don't forget to check the links below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.